Mistake number 5, no referrals. According to an industry report by Velvet Chainsaw Consulting, they surveyed 174 people who hire speakers, and the respondents said that 84% of the time, meeting planners choose speakers based on a referral from someone they trust. So just like in any industry, word of mouth leads the way. But people go, well, what if people aren't referring me? Well, you can fan the flames of that by asking to be referred. Now, when I thought about it, back in my early days of speaking, all my speaking engagements had come from a referral from someone the meeting planner trusted. But if I waited around and just hoped that somebody did that, I might be waiting a long time. So that's when, along with my coach, we formulated a plan to fan the flames of referral. So I thought about all the human resources professionals who had ever seen me speak, and I contacted them to see if they knew anyone on the board of this particular association, and one of them did. She knew the program chair, and she wrote a glowing reference letter for me, and he respected her opinion. So between her referral and the other things I mentioned, I got the keynote in front of 1,000 people. Now, human resources people are often in the position to hire speakers. Therefore, they are meeting planners for their companies and organizations. So there were people from hundreds of different industries, and I didn't need to market myself for 3 years after that speaking engagement. My calendar filled up, my phone kept ringing. So you can do this too, right? Lynn Rose, who's one of my clients, is a keynote speaker, singer, and she's a celebrity media trainer. Her connections to some celebrities help her get speaking engagements. So make a list of everyone you could ask, even if they're not a celebrity, because you have people in your network that know meeting planners. So ask them if they would give you a connection. Will they all say yes? Of course not. But you'll never get the referral unless you ask. People actually love doing favors for people, and you just need to be specific about what you're looking for. So part 5 is ask to be referred. So here's all you do, is write at the top criteria for choosing whom to ask. So they know the value of your work and your speaking. So that's really important. The second thing is they have a connection to a decision maker, or they know somebody who knows the decision maker. You can also do it that way. And you have a connection to them. So once you have all 3 of those criteria, all you do is list the names of 5 people who could refer you. Now, if you know somebody famous or know somebody who knows somebody famous, that alone can make a difference, because sometimes a famous person can get in the door with anyone, anywhere, anytime, even if they don't know them personally. But there are other people on your list who are going to, they'll be on the board, or they were on the board last year, or they work within the company and they know the person who hires speakers, and they can really help you. Then what you want to do is write out an email to send them. And you can do a subject line like, "Can you do me a quick favor?" And it is a quick favor for them, especially if you write the email for them with a link to your site. So you can just write something like, "I think it might be a good fit for me to speak at the AWE conference. And since you have seen my presentation and you were on the board last year, I'm wondering if you would be willing to recommend me to the conference chair. As you know, it always helps to be referred, and it may be helpful to them to get ideas for speakers. When you get a moment, let me know. I would be most grateful." And see what happens. And finally, one of the top tips anyone ever gave me was to say this at the end of every speaking engagement. As you can see, I'm very passionate about this topic and want to spread the word. If you know of another meeting that would appreciate a presentation like this, please come up to me afterwards, let me know. And people will do it if you put that idea in their head. Now, even better than that is what I call the evaluation square. This is something you would put on each chair or in the middle of a round table, if there are round tables, and they can write one comment about your presentation, and you can end up using that as a testimonial. And then they can easily just tick off. Say you're a coach, they can tick off, "Yes, I'm interested in a complimentary coaching session. Yes, I'm interested in you speaking to my organization." So they can tick that off, and yes, sign me up for your free e-newsletter. Now, I'm a big proponent of getting people on your list because sometimes people need to hear from you over a certain period of time before they kind of really get your value. One-time speaking engagement can create awareness, but they have to sort of really be thinking about you, have you front of mind a few more times probably before they go, yeah, we should have that person at our chapter meeting or at our conference next year. So if you can get them on your list, that's even better. So they just give you their name, email, and phone number, and boom, you can follow up with them. And then, especially if they have to run out quickly after your presentation is over, this is going to make it more likely that you get connected to them.